What looks like a ravioli is rolled out in sheets like a ravioli, filled like a ravioli, and cut like a ravioli, but it smells and tastes like a cookie. Our plum ravioli cookie, filled with poached dried plums. First, we have to poach the plums, and these are dried plums that you can get wherever they sell beautiful dried fruits. We have 15 of these plums. Put them in a shallow, heavy saucepan. You could also use prunes if you like. You could use dried apricots. You could use dried pears if you like. And you need to add to this 2 strips of orange peel. They're about 1 inch by 3 inches. And notice very little of the white part of the rind, only the outer orange color of the rind. And you add that. You add some freshly squeezed orange juice, 1 1/4 cups. That's the juice of about 4 oranges. And 1 3-inch cinnamon stick. And 2 tablespoons, only 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar. Bring this to a boil and then simmer it until the plums are fork tender. That's going to take about 45 minutes. And we have one that's already been simmered right here. And now we'll start the dough. The dough is a very nice and malleable cookie dough. In the bowl of a heavy-duty mixer fitted with a paddle attachment, you cream together 2 sticks of unsalted butter. That's 1 cup. At room temperature. This batter also could be done by hand, if you like. Add 1/4 cup of sugar and just beat it lightly. And add 2 large eggs. Whenever I use a store-bought egg, I always check the egg for any imperfections in a little bowl before I add it to the mixture. My eggs rarely have a problem, so I sort of skip this step sometimes. But some of you have written in criticizing me, so if you know that they're my own eggs, please forgive me for not breaking them into a side bowl first. Now incorporate the eggs into the butter and sugar and add 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. Make sure that you scrape down and then beat it up again. And now we're going to add 2 1/2 cups of all-purpose flour that's been sifted, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And I'm going to sift all of this into a bowl. And so now just carefully and slowly add the dry ingredients. And we're going to divide the dough into 4 quarters and wrap each quarter of the dough in plastic wrap. And now it's time to roll the dough. The dough's just about the right temperature. You can see my thumb makes some indentations in it. But it is chilled, and it's chilled for at least an hour. And I'm going to roll it directly on the silpat. You can cover the dough with a piece of parchment paper. I'm going to try it with a piece of plastic wrap and just roll carefully. And what you want is a nice large rectangle, approximately 9 inches by 12 inches and 1/8 of an inch thick. And then you'll chill it again. We have 2 already chilled in our refrigerator drawer. And with the plastic or with the parchment, you'll see that it just comes off very nicely. So chill it and you won't have any lifting at all. The plums are just glossy and gorgeous. And we're going to take out the cinnamon stick, don't forget, very important. And put this into a food processor with the orange peel and a little bit of liquid that's still there. And we add 1 tablespoon of honey. And you just grind this up for about 40 seconds. And it's nice and coarse. And now put the mixture right into a pastry bag that's fitted with a 1/2 inch coupler. See the coupler? No tip at all. You just want a 1/2 inch hole. And now, time to fill the ravioli. Start with your silpat and your dough on your cookie sheet. And it'll take about 5 this way and 3 this way. So this is the filling. Invert this dough over the other dough and peel off the silpat. You might need to use a spatula. And my dough is just slightly warm, so if you find that your dough is too warm, put it back in the refrigerator just for a minute or two to chill up. But this looks okay. Pat it down. Now the dough, because it's sticky, will seal together. And now you're going to cut with your ravioli wheel into squares. Each quarter of dough makes 15 or so raviolis, and that will give you 30 cookies. Now chill these for at least 15 minutes, and you will then have your oven preheated to 350 degrees. You're going to release the cookies, spread them out a little bit on the cookie sheet, and bake for approximately 30 minutes or until they're golden brown. And now one last little step. Sprinkle these with about, 2 tablespoons of sugar. It'll give the dough just a little crunchiness. And this batch is done. These look great. And now let these cool on a rack, and you can serve these with a little bit of dipping sauce that's made out of mascarpone cheese, orange juice, orange zest, and add 2 tablespoons of honey to the sauce. Also a little bit of cinnamon. Here's the lovely sauce. And our pretty, pretty cookie. It's tender like a ravioli, and the filling is really, really tart and moist and delicious. Plum ravioli cookies.
Deep dark chocolate bread coming up next.
One of the most popular items in the Balthazar Bakery is the chocolate bread. And Paula Olan is going to show us today how she creates this most succulent dessert, would you say? Or is it a snack? Or is it a tea? Or what is it?
Tea would be good, or breakfast.
Well, I